Are you thinking about buying a condo at Trilogy Glen Ivy? Well, before you fall in love with one of these units, there's something you really need to know about the monthly HOA fees. So stick around and let me show you everything you'll need to know. Hi, my name is Casey, and on this channel, I share information about the 55 and older communities of Trilogy at Glen Ivy and the community of Terramore here in Corona, California. And in this video, we're talking specifically about the condominiums in Trilogy Glen Ivy. And I've always been a big fan of these units, but I want to share some information because some of these units are really struggling to sell so far this year. So let's see if we can figure out why this is happening. Now, as I just mentioned, I really do like the condos in Trilogy. They're very unique and not at all like anything else you'll see here in Southern California. Each condo building contains two separate units, and when you look closer, you'll see that the downstairs unit of the building is one unit and the upstairs is a second unit. So each unit is on a single level. And one of the most unique features you'll see is that the upstairs unit has its own private elevator to provide access. And this is great since this is a 55 and older community and many residents have mobility issues. But with this elevator, even someone that uses a walker or a wheelchair can easily access the unit. And for the past few years, you rarely see these condos come up for sale. And when one did, it typically sold very quickly. But that seems to have changed so far this year. We're seeing more condos for sale, and they just aren't selling like they used to. So what's the problem? Well, I really feel like it comes down to the HOA fees for these units. When you look closer at the HOA fees, you'll see they have three different fees in Trilogy. The fee for a single family home is $359 per month. But for the condos, the fee is based on whether you have the main floor unit or the upstairs unit. Now, a main floor unit has an HOA fee of $470 per month, and the upstairs unit will cost you a whopping $584 per month. Now, as a real estate agent here in the area, I do speak with a lot of people considering making a move to Trilogy. Most of the people I speak to just aren't willing to pay this much for an HOA fee. And for a lot of buyers, this has become a real deal breaker. And while the elevator is great for accessibility for seniors, it does come at a pretty hefty price tag. And this is due to the ongoing maintenance that's required for an elevator. But for a lot of retirees on a budget, this extra cost is hard to justify when looking at their finances, especially when they can buy a single family home with a much lower HOA fee. And when I'm speaking with potential buyers, I'm getting a lot of pushback when it comes to these fees. Buyers in today's market are focused on their total monthly cost and not just the cost of the home. And once you factor in property taxes and insurance on top of the HOA fee, many buyers feel that these condos just aren't an affordable option anymore. And many of these buyers are steering away from condos right now. So what can you do if you own a condominium in Trilogy and you're trying to sell? Well, that's a tough one right now, but here's what I would do. First, it's really important to highlight the benefits of these units. And even though the HOA fees are higher, they do have some great features. Every unit is on one level. So whether you're on a ground floor unit or an upstairs one, all of the living space is on one level. And this is really important when marketing a property to seniors. Next, you'll want to highlight everything that's included in the HOA fee because you do get more when you own a condominium here. Now, if you own a single family home in Trilogy, the HOA provides access to all of the amenities within the community. It also provides the maintenance of the common areas, the entry gates within each neighborhood, plus the front yards of every home. But the maintenance of the rear yards, as well as the home itself, is the responsibility of the homeowner. And as a homeowner, you do have to provide your own homeowner's insurance policy. But if you purchase a condominium Trilogy, you get all of these same benefits, but you do get a little more. The HOA covers all of the exterior maintenance for the condo buildings. And like most condos, the HOA has insurance that covers the actual structure itself and the roof. So as a condo owner, you only have to purchase a condo owner's policy, which covers the interior of your unit and your personal belongings. And these policies are typically much less expensive than a regular homeowner's insurance policy. Plus, if you do purchase an upstairs unit, the HOA covers the maintenance and inspections required for an elevator here in California. So if you're trying to sell a condo in Trilogy, you really have to highlight these added benefits that the HOA provides. And by doing this, it does help to overcome some of the objections from buyers when it comes to this added cost. Now, this obviously won't convince every buyer, but for those weighing their options, these included benefits can make a difference. So if you're thinking about buying a condominium in Trilogy and you want some help going over the numbers, Or if you're a homeowner trying to figure out how to sell your condo in a slower market, I'd love to try and help. And you can call or text me at the number up on the screen, or you can send me a text message and I'll get back to you right away. And thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.